All right, welcome back again. So I've changed up the setting today. I'm in the dining room actually. No, I'm not going to share with you a meal today, but as I've said in the past, as I've said in previous videos, I will be sharing my diet in time to come. But at the moment, I'm just not really too comfortable with that. And as I said, it is the same every day at the moment. So I figured it probably wouldn't be the most interesting for you guys, but. Actually, to be fair, if you want to see what I am eating every day, I mean, as I've said, it is the same every day. But if you want me to do one full day of eating, I'm quite, I'd be open to do that, just so you've got an idea of what I am eating. Actually, I've got this on hand. So here's one of the things I'll be eating today. This is a Grenade Carb Killer bar. So that's one of the things I'll be eating today. Obviously, not the only thing, but so. But if you do want to know what I'm having in a day, then comment below and I'll do one full day of eating. But as I said, until my diet until I start varying things, then I don't see the point in doing more than one. So an update from yesterday's video from the gym car park. So I went home and as I said, I ate all of my food as normal. The whole like restricting food thing is that's more something that just comes as a thought. I don't often actually feel the need to act on that and restrict my food. I just get a lot of thoughts about that I should be restricting my food if I haven't done as much exercise. But so those thoughts did come into my head, and I was seeking a lot more reassurance from my parents about whether or not it was okay to still eat everything, and whether I should be doing more exercise to compensate, and if I was fat and if I'm lazy and all of these things. And I did actually, I'm going to be open with you guys. I was struggling quite a lot with the thoughts about being lazy, and I did actually go back to the gym. I drove back to the gym a couple of hours after I'd filmed, but I still wasn't really feeling it. So I came back again. I know it probably seems stupid to you guys. You just think, well, why did you even bother then going back in the first place? But that's the battle that I have in my head every day. So I did go back, and it just wasn't really working for me. So I came home, and actually I went out with my mum, and we went for a walk to the shops, and it was quite a nice evening. The sun was out, so we got some fresh air, and we needed to get a few bits from the shops anyway, some food, because we've got a massive Tesco store, which is, if you're in America, that's like Walmart or whatever, just a big supermarket very close to our house. So it's about a 10-minute walk there. So we walked over there and got some bits, and then walked back, and that was nice for me to, because my mum is someone that I find she's very understanding of how I think. Obviously, having lived with me for all these years through all of my problems, she really understands my thought processes, and it gave me a chance to open up to her about what I was struggling with yesterday, and yeah, she was able to support me through my struggles, and we had a nice chat and got what we needed, came home, and then just finished off the day as I always would do. So what I wanted to talk about today was sort of following on from yesterday's video where I said I was feeling more tired. I think part of the reason for that was actually because since starting up this YouTube thing, I've my head's been a bit like go, sort of crazy, because I've had so many thoughts in my head about all of these videos that I want to upload and all of these positive things that I want to do, and I've been finding it more difficult to kind of to still like rest and give my body the sort of sleep that it needs. And that's something I've been working hard on recently, like trying to have more sleep, because in the past I've really deprived myself of adequate sleep and rest, and that's really affected my mental health. So this morning I actually made the conscious effort to sleep in a bit longer, which was quite a big step for me, because in the past I would have just ignored that that signal of tiredness, and I would have just continued pushing through, and that wouldn't have helped me, because I'd still remain tired, and the more tired I am, the harder it is for me to cope with everything that's going on in my head. And obviously a lot of the battles are going on in my head, so I need to be well rested, and have a lot of energy to be able to think straight, and to have the strength to fight any thoughts that need fighting, really. I think also I need to learn sometimes to slow down a bit, because obviously, like yesterday, I uploaded 3 videos in a day. I mean, I'm sort of one of those people that once I set my mind on something, I've got to get it done. Like I'm very impatient. Like, I guess the same could be said for, like, with the anorexia and needing to lose weight. Like, you take it to an extreme. Like, you need to do, like, exercise now, like restrict now. It all needs to be done now. Like, you can't. There's no sort of, like, slow. There's no sort of taking things slowly. It's all drastic measures and things. So it's quite a good an important thing for me to just slow down a bit, and just to take things a bit easier. So I think I'm gonna just probably try and stick to 1 video a day, and some of those will be shorter videos, and then some might, if there's more explanation required, then they will be longer. And but I'm as I've said, I'm not going to get myself too stressed out about this YouTube thing, 'cause as I've said, it is supposed to be like my therapy and to help me. So I don't want it to be detrimental to my recovery process at all. So something that I've always struggled with in my throughout my recovery is the fear of having energy. So, like, if some of you might be able to relate to this, and a lot of you probably won't, but I always feel like if I've got energy, then that's a bad thing, maybe, and that if I've got a lot of energy, then suddenly I need to go and use it all immediately, and like make sure that I've burnt everything off. And so in the past, I've viewed being knackered and like really tired and drawn and fatigued, I've viewed that as being a good thing, and that it means that I've used up all of my calories, and that I've got no energy reserve. But that's fine, because then I'm not going to put on any weight, or that's not a good way of thinking at all. And without a bit of energy reserve, your body isn't able to repair, and your brain isn't able to function properly, which is, as I've said previously, it's really important, especially recovering from all of this, because I've put my body through years of suffering, really. I mean, both mentally and physically. I've put my body through a lot, and it's going to take a lot of time to repair the damage that's been done. So I need to sort of treat my body the way, treat myself the way that I would expect others to treat themselves. So I wouldn't expect other people to be using every ounce of energy that they've got. So why should I expect that of myself? So yeah, I've had a bit more sleep today, and I'm feeling a bit more rejuvenated, if you will. So I'll leave it there for today. Thanks again, and as always, my Instagram is linked down below. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like. Give me any comments for any feedback that you've got, positive, negative. I'll take it all. Subscribe to my channel to stay up to date, and I'll see you later.